So, in the last movie, we downloaded and installed SQL Developer in a separate directory. Now, on the menu, we still have Oracle. Let's get rid of this window. Now, on the menu, we still have the Oracle client. In fact, this is probably the wrong version because you see, it's going to ask me for the class path again. So, first of all, roll over that, just delete it. Move from list. And I'm going to physically go to here. I'm going to get rid of this because it's useless. I'd have to set up the class path variable. I don't want to go into setting up Java. As I said, it's not part of this course. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to say create a shortcut, and I'm going to roll this onto my desktop. I'm going to go down to here, and I like to put things on the quick launch bar because it's a lot quicker and a lot easier. This I'm going to put up here, Windows zip installation. We don't need that sitting there, thank you very much. This is essentially a shortcut to SQL Developer. Now, I'm going to double click this thing and it's going to run. And it takes a while for it to come up because it is a Java application. We can get rid of this because we've already run this. We can minimize this for now. And do be patient with this tool. It can take a while to come up, but it's pretty good. It's well worth it. It's well worth the wait. Here it is. Okay, it's asking me, just cancel that. That's rubbish. It's irritating. Tip of the day. Okay, first of all, this is my firewall. I have to allow it through. I can't turn off my firewall whilst recording because I am actually on the internet. I don't want to show the tips at startup. I'm not interested in that. You don't need that. It has various pages. What I'm going to do is click the plus sign, create a connection. I'm going to call it SI for my SI database. I'm going to log it in the system. I'm going to type in the password I've allocated for it. I'm going to save the password. It's an Oracle database. I'm going to use a TNS connection. Remember the TNS file we looked at? It's going to go through that file and look for that. If I had multiple databases, it would find multiple things. There are other ways to connect. This is the easiest. Click the test button. Guess what? Status down there, success. If I change the password and put some gobbledygook in there and I test it, it will say it failed because it doesn't like it. So I'll type the password in there properly again and I will test it again and I will save the connection and I will connect to it. I'm going to blow this up on my whole screen. And eventually it comes up with a worksheet. Oracle 10G had a program called SQL Plus Worksheet, which if I go into my Oracle 10 installation, client installation, it's a thing there called SQL Plus Worksheet. This is the same thing inside SQL Developer, basically. And what I can do is select star from DBA tables and Control Enter, it executes it. And it basically gives me like a spreadsheet like type structure, if you like. It's a lot easier to use in terms of the formatting of data across the screen. I can go up and down through all the data like a spreadsheet. It's pretty cool. I can go across, and it obviously doesn't like covering the entire screen. So we'll do this. And I can put multiple commands in and do select star from DBA views. I can do on this line. I'm on this line with the cursor, hit Control and Enter. It runs just that line. Go down to the next line, run just that line. If I take these little guys out, I think it will freak out. Yes, it tries to run both. See, it's highlighted both, it gets confused, and it gives you an error. You can't run both. Put that in again, down there, down there. Very quick way to access data. One of the issues with SQL Developer is outputting data. It's different in SQL Plus. It's more difficult to output data and put it out to a file and format it in specific ways. This is more like spreadsheet access. There are all sorts of things with select statements which we will go through in this course. But as you can see here, if you put the cursor there and you click that, that's the play button. It runs the statement. And what's this one here? Run a script. This is the thing called auto trace. We'll get into that later on, maybe. This is a thing called explain plan, which tells you how Oracle is going to execute this query. Very complicated, not really necessary at this stage. Tuning, commit, rollback, so on and so forth. The most important thing with this tool at this point in time for you to remember is, just like Oracle Enterprise Manager, is it exists, it's there, it's useful for reading data. It's not necessarily a good idea to use it for adding data or changing data. I generally don't do it for that. Again, adding and changing data is not covered in this course, it's covered in the next course. This course exclusively covers reading of data. That is SQL Developer. It is very useful, but it does have one or two limitations which we will discover in a later course.